What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 5, Episode 6, you guys. I believe this is Episode 6. Episode titled, We Need a Resolution. Do we really? Okay, they say so. But before we go ahead and just jump into this review, you guys, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. Do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on those post notifications, sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss the how about to say the Real Housewives, Love and Marriage Huntsville. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and just jump into it, shall we? So this episode, wasn't really a lot to this episode, but let's start up. So we see Tiffany. So Tiffany in this episode is playing carrier pigeon, basically, right? So she's talking to Destiny. So I didn't realize that Tiffany and Lewis weren't at the Madani opening, but they weren't, and I'm cool with that, you guys. And interesting, right? That Big Lou and Tiffany didn't come, but Melody and Stormy were there, and they're okay. Never mind. It is what it is. So Tiffany's just basically coming down to see what happened at the Madani opening. Was everybody there, to show support and whatnot? And Destiny says, nope, not everybody was there to show support. So she tells her how there were two uninvited guests at the event. Now, you guys, I keep going back and forth about this. I'm like, I don't necessarily think that Mel nor Stormy were really like uninvited guests. I feel like Mel and Stormy were invited guests, and I feel like Mel and Stormy were invited by Carlos and his production team. Let's just keep that 100% real. Now, I think that may have pissed her off that they invited them, even though she didn't want them there. So she does tell, Tiffany how Stormy came down there with the Gucci box as well as the flowers. But we all know Destiny wasn't in the correct headspace to be receptive of that. Like I said last week's review, I do wish that Destiny, in that particular moment, I do wish that Destiny could have just said, you know what, if I'm gonna let them stay, let me, blank face, right? Because everything was written all over Destiny's face, and you could clearly tell that Destiny was bothered by it. So if Destiny had just did this, and when Storm was talking to her, she's like, yeah, cool, good to have you. Like, just have a face that doesn't show that you're bothered. But unfortunately, her face shows she was very much so bothered the entire time they were there. So then she says after that, her guard was already up on high, but then Melody came in, and Melody didn't speak to her, right? Now, Destiny. I know in that moment you probably felt like Mel didn't speak to you, right? But Mel did speak to you. Mel said, hey, Destiny. Did you hear Mel? Maybe not. It was low, and it was a little bit of on the dry side, right? So we gonna stop. So I just need to stop. And even in her interview, she's still saying that Mel didn't speak, but Mel definitely spoke to you. She did speak to you. Might not have been the warmest hi, but the woman spoke, right? So then after that, she tells her how she told Melody, next time you come to somebody's shop, you speak to them. Did you also tell her that you said that after the woman left? Because I don't think you did. But hey, whatever, right? So then she tells her about how Miss Wanda and Melody got into it, right? Now, when it comes to Miss Wanda and Melody, there's equal fault on both sides. I'm not going to sit here and be like, Mel is without fault. I'm not going to sit here and be like, Miss Wanda it's all on Miss Wanda. There's equal fault between both parties, right? Because Melody knew what she was doing. And that's what Destiny said, that everybody who was involved in that situation, they all apologized to Destiny with the exception of Melody. So I'm assuming Martell apologized, Marceau apologized, Maurice apologized, Letitia apologized. Miss Wanda apologized. So she says everyone with the exception of Melody, right? And let's keep it real, you guys. I know that there are people out there who love Mel and don't ever really want to call Mel out, right? But Mel picked the wrong place and the wrong time to want to confront Miss Wanda, right? Mel had plenty of ample. Mel had many of opportunities to say something to Miss Wanda. You could have told Carlos like, "Hey, I need to check this old lady for talking about my kids," and I'm pretty sure Carlos, messy behind, would have facilitated it. Like, let's be real. But you decided to wait to Destiny's event, and I can't say that I'm upset with Destiny for the way that she felt about the things that she felt. Because I mean, I would feel the same way. Like, damn, my business is reopening and I've invited people here, and this is supposed to be about my relaunch, but then here you two come with the bullshit, and then these other three come with some bullshit. So I would have felt the same exact way that Destiny felt. I don't know if my face would have shown how, I don't know. Y'all will let me know how y'all feel about Destiny. I'm in the middle. I'm indifferent, to be quite honest with you. Because I'm not team anybody on this show, and I want to point that out. I'm team nobody. I'm not a mellow meter. I'm not for Tisha. I'm not for Kimmy. You guys know I do like Kimmy, but I can also say when I think Kimmy is wrong. So I'm not for really any of these people. But hey, we'll discuss it in the comments section, guys. Let's move forward. So next up, we see Maurice. Him and Kimmy, they're going to be having Letitia and Marceau over, right? So when Letitia gets there, she's talking about the fact that, when she and Marceau got home, they got into it. And you guys remember, Marceau was basically telling her to stay out of it, which I agree with him to that. I agree with him about that Tisha needed to stay out of it. I do agree with it, right? Your mama's a grown woman. Your mama is the one that started most of this stuff. So let your mama be able to handle her own battles. I got where Marceau was coming from, right? She does tell Maurice, like, you need to talk to your brother about the way he talks to me, how dismissive he is. I'm like, Tisha, girl, the way he talked, I mean, he's been talking to you like that for the last, since this show been on. So I didn't really understand what she was saying. And Maurice was like, we can talk to him, but it's like talking to a brick wall. It's just like talking to yourself. Exactly. So good luck with that. So then Marceau does show up. So, and if you listen to Marceau talking, it kind of does sound like Marceau was trying to place blame on Letitia. And I'm like, really? We're going to place some blame on Letitia when it was her mama? But okay. And then I was thinking to myself, but like, here's my thing with Marceau. We can't, like, I know people just can't stand Tisha, right? I'm someone who's not a big fan of Letitia's, right? But in this particular moment, especially when Marceau, Martel, and Maurice, when that thing happened with those three guys, Letitia was nowhere around. That was between Marceau and Martel. Martel was trying to tell Marceau that Ms. Wanda is talking about the kids. Even if she doesn't say the kids' names, she's talking about the kids because she's talking about Melody, telling Melody to go find her baby daddy. So you are, in fact, talking about the children. So Marceau was just blowing smoke at that point. And like I said in last week's review, when Maurice got in between Martel and Marceau, he pushed Martel, and Martel might have thought like, yo, y'all niggas ain't finna jump me, so what's good? And that's what set that off. Now, Marceau says that, him and Martel, they did have a conversation after, and they're good with each other. And the fact is, Marceau is still considering doing business with Martel. And I was like, say what now, nigga? And I was with Letitia them and everybody, like, how do you guys go from almost fighting each other to still wanting to do business with each other? That is the ultimate form of disrespect, and we can't come back from that at any point. So, no thank you. Absolutely not gonna happen. We not gonna sit here and damn near fight each other, and then we're gonna be like, oh yeah, we bros. We finna go get this money together. Absolutely not. Won't happen. Not with me. For me personally, it just wouldn't happen. So I want you guys to let me know what you guys think about all of that. And we'll pause here and we're gonna move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So next up, let's move over to Martell and Melody. So this whole episode really consisted of everybody just, rehashing what happened at, Destiny's event. So Martell, he went to go check on Melody. So Melody is appreciative of him coming to check on her and him having her back against Miss Wanda because she didn't know that Miss Wanda was about to swing on her from behind, right? And Martell was like, and I didn't know either because I was talking to Maurice and Marceau. And she was like, and then Melody's like, yeah, and I came over there because it looked like they were trying to gang up on you, and we ain't finna have that. Now, in that particular moment when Miss Wanda came out, they weren't ganging up on him. They were, at that point, it was just a conversation that the guys were having. So there was no potential for a gang up. They were just literally having a conversation. So I don't know where Melody was coming from with that. So then Melody talks about the fact that Destiny is saying that she didn't speak to her. And, she just thinks that Destiny has a problem with lying. No. Let's not say that, Melody, because you stretched the truth as well, sis. Remember the reunion when you were asked if you gave the man a blowjob and you said you couldn't remember? You got an issue. You got a little lying problem yourself. Okay? You got a little lying problem yourself. So, where were you at? But you did speak to Destiny, right? But you did speak in a way that you knew Destiny. You knew that there's a possibility she didn't hear you because you said, "Hey, Destiny." You said it very low and very dry, so there was a potential that the woman didn't hear you. So it is what it is, right? So then Melody also says, when it comes to Maurice, why does he always jump into his brother's, things? Because that's his brother? I mean, shit, I'm sorry. If my brother, my older one, my younger two, if they in an argument with somebody and I see this going left, I'm like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on here with what's going on between you and my brothers? Like, what's up? Because me and you, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be like, you back up. I'll handle this. You want to fight him? Fight me. What's up, bitch? Come on. Me and you. Like, I'm going to defend my brother. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I'm gonna defend my brothers if I see somebody, trying to fight them and whatnot. If somebody's swinging, I'm like, oh, we swinging, we jumping. Now, I'm not gonna jump anybody. But if it gets out of hand, better believe I'm gonna pull my brother off, and especially if he got beat up, I'm like, yeah, you take that L. I got this for you. So yeah, I don't know, but I know that Melody is talking about Miss Wanda, that she doesn't really want to be in Miss Wanda's presence. And honest to God, I don't blame her for not wanting to be in Miss Wanda's presence, right? And she's talking about how Miss Wanda has been talking about her on social media. But don't y'all all go back and forth with one another? Like, that's pretty much what y'all do on a day-to-day basis. Y'all all go back and forth with each other. So, touche. Because, like I said, literally, y'all all go back and forth with each other. So Martell wants to know if the six of them could ever be in a good place with each other. Melody's like, you know what? I really don't know. So Marcel's like, well, how about we have something? How about all six of us get together, sit down, and try to iron things out? And I'm like, cool. I'm fine with that, guys. So next up, we have Tiffany. So Tiffany is going over to Stormy's estate. Big, huge place. I loved all that acreage that she got. Ooh, girl. I would just love to have, that's what I want. I want a house with some land around it where I don't have to worry about neighbors. It'll just be me and my family. We got our house. If we want to build another house behind that, we can do that. We can build wherever we want, whatever we want, wherever we want. I would just love that, right? So, once again, we have Tiffany trying to get the tea on what all happened, right? So, she is talking to Stormy about what she got from Destiny, right? And, she was talking to Destiny. She was talking about, she didn't see, Melody make a beeline towards Miss Wanda, because that's what Destiny said to Tiffany, that Mel made a beeline towards, Miss Wanda. But she said she did see Miss Wanda, try to sneak Mel from behind, and she ain't that's something she ain't never saw a woman her age. Very true. So then you guys, so they start talking about the things that happened at Destiny's event, right? And Stormy told her thing. Stormy was like, especially at that part where Destiny told Melody as she was walking out the door to speak to her. I was like, exactly. She's like, next time just say it to her face. And I was like, I agree with that, right? Now, Stormy did lose me at one point, right? Because, not Destiny, but Tiffany was like, I wonder what does that do for her reputation with her business? And Stormy was like, she should have used that. I was like, she should have used a brawl. How do you make a brawl? How do you turn a brawl, take a brawl from a negative to a positive to help your business? I was confused by that. I'm like, how do you do that? If you can Olivia Pope that, let me know how. Because in my brain, I'm thinking, how do you manage that? That's not manageable at all. I just kept sitting there thinking, like, you can't manage that. That's not easy to manage. Just say, let's go from this was a brawl, but then I'm gonna flip this to help my business. I didn't understand it. I really didn't understand it, but hey, it is what it is. So then Stormy tells Tiffany that she is having a commercial for her product and she wants Tiffany to be a part of it. Now, it's really interesting to me the fact that she wasn't really that cool with Tiffany originally in the first half of last season, or the first half of season 4, whatever season. I know it was season 4, but when she first became a series, she first came on as a friend of, she wasn't that fond of her. But okay, let's pause here. Let's move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So next up, we have Martell. So Martell is going to be visiting Chris Fletcher. You guys, Martell and I agreed on some things in this episode, and I feel like hell hath frozen over, you guys, for me to be agreeing with Martell Holt of all people. Something's going on. It's just not right. It's not right. So Martell is going to see Chris because the home that he's living in, the people who own it, they're going to be selling it. So he has to find somewhere else to live, right? So then he and Chris Fletcher, they do talk about, what happened at Destiny's event. And Child Martell, like I said, I agree with him. Because he was talking about working with Marceau. And Chris was like, that's got to be a sticky situation for you and Marceau now. And he was like, he can't really work with Marceau at this point. I was like, you know what? We agree on that. Marceau is still talking about he wants to work with Martell, but Martell is saying, I can't work with him. And I was like, child, how am I agreeing with freaking Martell Holt? Lord help me that I'm agreeing with Martell, of all people. Now, Martell, the way that you defended Mel last week and this week, right? Why can't you do that on social media a few weeks ago with the kids after y'all did that whole custody battle and where that ain't got nothing to do with this show. So, but yeah, let's leave it at that. So next up, you guys, we see Stormy. So Stormy has invited Destiny down to her warehouse where she houses her products. Forgot the name of her company. So Destiny says that, she tells Stormy, like, hey, Stormy, I do appreciate the fact that when you came to my event, you pulled me to the side and you had the conversation with me, right? She says, but at that time, I wasn't in the I wasn't in a good headspace. And then after that, it was like a domino effect. You came in and then Mel came in behind you. And 100%, I give Destiny that. I'm not going to be upset with Destiny. I wasn't upset with Destiny last week. And I'm not upset with Destiny this week. I get where Destiny is coming from. It's like, damn, I'm having this event. 2 people who I'm not really cool with are showing up to my event. Like, how do you expect me to react to that? How do you expect me to feel about that? So I'm not upset with Destiny. I get Destiny's point of view. I get her side. So I'm not mad at her. I just wish that her face would have reflected something else. That's my only grievance with Destiny. I just wish her face had said something different instead of it just having, basically resting bitch face and just, what the fuck you doing here? You ain't invited. Because you looked very much so bothered by both Melody and by whatever her name is. Can't think of it right now. Stormy. You looked very bothered by them. So then Stormy wants to talk about Melody. I'm like, Stormy, stay out of it. Whatever's going on between Destiny and Mel, let Destiny and Mel handle that situation, right? And that's what Destiny said. Because she said, Stormy said that she doesn't have an issue with Destiny and she doesn't want one with Destiny. And she doesn't want to dislike somebody because someone else dislikes it. And I'm like, okay, so keep it that way, right? Keep it that way where you don't have an issue with Destiny because Mel has one with her. If you two have an issue with each other, let it be something that happened between you two and not what's going on between Melody and Destiny, which I still don't know what's going on between Melody and Destiny. And I honestly, God, don't care what's going on between Destiny and Melody, but I do want Stormy to stay out of it, you guys. So then at the end of the episode, let's pause here and wrap up, you guys. All right, you guys, so at the end of the episode, we see Marceau and Letitia, so they are down at Black, and Quentin, aka Funky Dineva, comes down there to basically get the tea on what happened with the brawl, right? So we've been discussing this entire episode, what happened at Madani. I'm not gonna rehash it, right? Because Letitia told her side of it, and when Q said your messy ass mama, I cracked up laughing when he called Miss Wanda her messy ass mama. But he's not wrong, and he's not wrong. Your mama is messy. And then he also told Letitia that she needs to be able to call her mama out when she's wrong. And she says, but I do that. You don't do a good enough job of it. You don't do a good enough job. Because you need to tell your mama, Mama, I'm a grown woman. I get that you want to protect me, right? But you do not need to be arguing with my friends. Like, what's so hard about that? What is so hard about that? I don't know, but hey, that's really all I got, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Leave your comments down in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications. Share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands, you guys. Wear a mask. Socially distance. Be blessed. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.